All right, let's talk about something that hits close to home for pretty much all of us: money. But what if I told you that all those struggles, all that financial stress, what if it's not actually your fault?
Just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about a lack of willpower here or not being smart enough. Nope. The idea is that there's something deeper, like some old software running in the background, making all your financial decisions for you.
And you know what? There's actually a term for this. Psychologists call it financial self-sabotage. It's that awful feeling of just being stuck, right? Like you're on a treadmill. You get a raise, you work harder, but you just can't seem to get ahead. It's literally your brain's hardwired instincts fighting against what you consciously want for your financial future.
So, for the next few minutes, let's stop blaming ourselves. Let's look at this not as some kind of character flaw, but as, well, like a bug in our programming. A financial glitch, if you will.
Because here's the thing, the way you spend, the way you save, how you feel about investing, none of that is random. It's all incredibly predictable. That little voice that tells you to splurge, or the knot in your stomach when you think about the stock market, that's not just you. That's a script, a program that your brain is running on autopilot. Okay, so what does this glitch actually look like in the real world? How does it pop up day to day? Well, let's dive into some of the most common mental money traps that trip us up. First up, and I think we can all relate to this one, stress spending. You know the feeling. You've had a rough day, you're feeling down, and your brain just whispers, hey, you know what would make you feel better? Buying that thing. And yeah, for a minute it works. You got a little rush, a little hit of dopamine. But what's really happening? You're essentially trading your long-term financial goals for a tiny, temporary mood boost. Okay, next trap, the classic head in the sand move. Financial avoidance. You know, when you purposefully don't look at your bank balance or you let those credit card bills pile up unopened. Your brain thinks it's being helpful, right? It's trying to shield you from the stress of facing the music. But let's be real. We all know that ignoring a fire doesn't put it out. It just lets it grow. Then there's this really fascinating one called the scarcity script. Think about it. If you grew up in a household where money was always tight, where it came in and then poof, it was gone, your brain learned a very powerful lesson. It learned that money is fleeting, that it disappears. So now, as an adult, when you get a sudden windfall, like a bonus, your subconscious is screaming, get rid of it, spend it now before it vanishes again. Oh, and this one's a killer, the comparison trap. Our brains are fundamentally wired for social survival. Way back when, fitting in with the tribe literally meant life or death. So today, that ancient wiring translates into keeping up with the Joneses. Your brain confuses status with safety. It thinks that having the newer car or the bigger house makes you more secure. But in reality, it's just draining the resources you need for your actual future security. And that brings us to maybe the most powerful bias of all, loss aversion. Get this, psychologists have found that the pain you feel from losing, say $100, is twice as intense as the pleasure you'd get from gaining $100. It's a huge imbalance. And it explains so much, right? It's why so many people just let their money sit in a savings account earning practically nothing. The fear of losing even a little is so overpowering that it stops from ever making real gains. So you see the pattern here? The stress spending, the avoiding, the comparing, the fear of losing, all these little traps, they're not separate issues. They all point back to one single massive disconnect. A conflict between what it takes to survive and what it takes to build wealth. And here it is, the core of the problem, plain and simple. Your brain was built for survival, not for wealth. We are trying to navigate the complexities of modern finance, 401ks, ETFs, cryptocurrency, with hardware that was designed to, not get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. Our operating system is ancient. And what are the prime directives of that survival brain? Well, there are three big ones. One, it craves instant gratification. Give me the reward now. Two, it will do anything to avoid pain and discomfort, and that includes the pain of budgeting. And three, when in doubt, just copy what everyone else is doing. Now think about it. Every single one of those instincts is the exact opposite of what you need to do to build wealth. So you've got this huge clash, right? On one side, you have the survival brain, which is all about short-term comfort. Let's just be safe right now. On the other side, you have what we could call the wealth brain. And that's the part that's focused on long-term growth, that understands you have to take some calculated risks, and that knows sometimes you have to think differently from the herd. And here's where it gets really personal. The story you tell yourself about money is everything. If, deep down, you believe that wealth isn't for people like you, or that you're just bad with money, your brain will work overtime to make that true. It's called identity conditioning. It will literally sabotage your success just to prove your internal story right. It's wild. Okay,
That might all sound a little bleak. I get it. We've got this deep, primal programming working against us. But here's the good news, and it is really good news. You are not doomed. You can absolutely override this faulty programming. You just have to learn how to outsmart your own mind.
But if you really want to break the cycle, it starts with one single powerful decision. You have to accept a really tough truth. When it comes to money, your gut instincts are probably wrong. They're not designed to make you rich. They're designed to keep you safe in the short term. So the absolute first step, stop trusting your impulses. So if you can't trust your feelings, what can you trust? A system. That's the answer. You have to build a system that works on autopilot, one that your emotions can't mess with. This means automating everything. Set it up so your savings and investments are transferred the second your paycheck hits your account. You have to invest before you spend, not with what's left over. And finally, track your money. You have to know where it's going. It's that simple. Create systems that your feelings can't control.
Because here's the truth of it all. It doesn't matter how much money you make. You could be earning millions, but if that old survival brain is still calling the shots, you'll find a way to end up broke. Building wealth, it's not really about spreadsheets and stock picks. Not at first. It's an internal game. It's about winning the battle in your own mind.
So I want to leave you with one question to think about. Don't worry about finding more willpower or getting motivated. Just ask yourself this. What is one simple system you can build today, right now, to outsmart your own mind? Because that's it. That's the move that starts everything. That's where the real change happens.